Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? So today's topic is going to be about this pastor right here marrying a 18 or 19-year-old girl. Now, the marriage between the two has caused a big uproar online, and I am going to take you guys down the rabbit hole today and bring you guys up to speed on the goings-ons, that's goings-ons, because it involves this pastor marrying this girl, another pastor calling him to be investigated, and a big lawsuit behind it and a whole heaping mess. And we're going to get down to the nitty and gritty of it all in this video. What's up? It's your girl, Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. If this is your first time here, over here, we are the Night Owls. If you have not hit that subscribe button, I want you to go ahead and do that right now. This is a channel where I talk about celebrity news and gossip and give my opinion on trending stories. But just know, keep in mind that over here, this is an acquired taste. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for everybody. So, proceed with caution. But, still hit that subscribe button. Anyways. All right. We're going to get on into this gig and we're going to talk about this story. So this situation basically kicked off, I want to say, about 3 months ago when a pastor in Texas called for this guy right here to be investigated. Now, since the pastor in Texas called for him to be investigated, he has now retaliated back against him and filed a lawsuit, and it has been a whole big old thing. So this story, I'm just now hearing about it today, okay? So I'm going to share everything that I found out about it today because it's going viral once again. So there is a guy, comedian on Instagram. He posted it yesterday, and it started a domino effect of a lot of other people reposting it as well. And it was basically a church sermon where the pastor was clapping back at people because they had something to say about him marrying an 18-year-old girl. So this comedian right here, he reposted it.
And I wish some of y'all would mess with my wife, Jordan. Talking about what you gonna do if you see her. Well, you will see me on the news, because that's my wife.
All right. I'm going to play the full clip in a second, but just showing you, this was posted a day ago. It was posted a day ago. And so since this was posted a day ago, it has started to make its rounds and be circulated through Facebook and everything like that. And it's starting to, like I said, go re-viral. So there, like I said, there was this pastor who called him out. He called for him to be investigated, and he basically started a change.org petition. So this is change.org right here. And as you can see, there was thousands of people who signed the petition. It says, investigate 63-year-old pastor and school dean who married 18 to 19-year-old girl. Okay? It says the 63-year-old bishop of Christ Why am I so tongue-tied today? What is going on? Church. Okay, Mr. Dwight Reed, upon information and belief, has married his former student, alleged counseling client, and church member who was assumed to be between the ages of 18 and 19 years old. Her name is Jordan Goodlett. Now, upon information and belief beginning in 2017, Reed returned to take over as pastor of this church and as dean of its school. The girl, who would have been 15 to 16 years old at the time, upon information and belief, it is through his role as pastor, school dean, and counselor that he gained and enrolled Jordan and began grooming her to later he bought into his service and control. Okay. So all of these allegations was set forth by a pastor who is out of Texas, and he was calling for the investigation of Mr. Dwight Reed, who has married this girl. Okay, there are reports that says that she was 18, and then there are some reports that say that she was 19. But, they're saying that the school that he's in charge of, she was a student and she graduated from that school, and she also was a church member from when she was young. So it says, he was allegedly accused of similar unethical relationships with young girls in Shreveport, Louisiana, where he previously pastored. He has been married and divorced 3 times, and Jordan is his 4th wife. Although the marriage is legal, the breach of ethics and breach of fiduciary responsibility are not. The child was clearly groomed. We need your help in the Des Moines District Attorney's Office and Police Department to open an investigation into Dwight Reed. If you have any additional information, you may email it to theunmuzzled@yahoo.com. And then it says, while Jordan may think this is okay, she has been conditioned to think it is so. Okay, and then it says, text this number to stay informed about Bishop Senegal and the Safe House team. So Bishop Senegal is the one who is calling for this investigation. So when he called for this investigation, the pastor got wind of it and he clapped back in a church sermon. Okay. So in a church sermon, he got up there and told people that basically they need to mind their business because his wife is legal. Okay. And there was also allegations that he was misappropriating funds that had to do with the school. So he is in charge of this church. And then there is also a school, I believe it's called J.W. Reed Academy. And he was alleged to be in charge of it. And it was posted on the website that he was, a part of the academy. But then they said that was an error. Okay. I'm just bringing y'all all the way up to speed, but let me post what he had to say. Has a big church, and it is alleged from others that they believe that this particular church acts sort of like a cult. Okay. So let's play it.
I know we had a long conference, but every chance you get, you ought to come in here and give God some glory. Has God done anything for you? Well, come on and tell him, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Been so good to us. I said he's been so good to us. I don't care what kind of storm you in right now, God is all right. I say God is all right anyhow. You can't let the devil steal your joy. You may not understand that if God hadn't have brought me here, everything that my mother and father built would have closed down. The school would not be in existence. That studio wouldn't be there. And this church wouldn't be here.
All right. So as you can see, this organization, this church, and all of this stuff was originally created by his father. And he's saying if it wasn't for him taking control of everything, it would all be ran down to the ground. And he is taking credit for the school, the church, and I think he said the band or something that was in the back being up and operating. Now, the allegations of the other pastor is that this wife attended the school and, that's where he feels like it began. But
And somebody had the nerve to talk about a money scheme. So the school payroll is $17,000 a month. Yeah, that school up there. The payroll $17,000 a month. The studio payroll is $16,000 a month. That's $33,000 a month. The school charges $250 for a family. If you got 4 or 1, it's $250. And I think the price went down to $125. What you say, Monica? So $125 a month times 80 or 90 students that we have, that ain't no $17,000 a month. And then half the folk that go to the school, they don't even pay. And talking about a money scheme, where's it at? So I have put my money into the school.
All right, so as you can see right there, he's saying that it was his money that he put into the school. It was his resources that has it running, and he's claiming that he didn't do anything crooked as it pertains to the school because people said that it was a scheme. Now, as you see, in order for people to go to this school, they got to fork over some cash and spend some money. He's saying that the money that they forking over ain't even enough to keep the lights on or whatever. And then he goes on to talk about his wife. Okay? So let's fast forward this over around to when he starts talking about his wife.
So if you trying to remove me, you better talk to God, because he the one put me here. And ain't nobody got no power but God. See, they just sent me some stuff about the fella down in Houston running his mouth. And they say, Bishop, and I don't even know these folk. Here, put this out there on him. I said, no, I ain't gonna do it. But I gotta say this little something here today, so y'all can calm down, because y'all want to get out the gate. So I don't want y'all to get out the gate. Let me just sprinkle this and move on.
Child, not the pastor not the pastor being messy.
But don't let the devil fool you now. And I wish some of y'all would mess with my wife, Jordan. Talking about what you gonna do if you see her. Well, you will see me on the news. Let me just tell you that right now. Talking about what you gonna do if you see her. You better walk by and say, praise the Lord. That's what you better do. Because that's my wife. And she grown. She didn't need nobody to sign no paperwork for her. Now, if this was out in the streets, y'all be saying she made a come up. But you a hypocrite.
Child, not if we was out in the streets, we'd be saying that she made a come up. He said if they was out in the streets, we would be saying that she made a come up. And look at the smile he got on his face. Look at the smile he got on his face, child.
Now, if this was out in the streets, y'all be saying she made a come up. But you a hypocrite. So don't you forget the Bible say marriage is honorable. And the Bible said when you find a wife, honey, you find favor with God, honey. I found some favor with God. And we sleeping good at night. Ain't nobody up all night worrying about all these crooks. But I felt I need to say that because somebody talking about what they're going to do if they see you. I'm telling you now, don't let the devil fool you. Because I ain't the one to play with. I get on the other side here.
Is this what y'all be listening to when y'all be going to... Is this the type of sermons that y'all be sitting through when y'all be going to church? I'll go to church, child. But is this the type of sermons that y'all be sitting through? Boy, what? That's why I can't go to church, child. Cause what? What? No, ma'am, don't have no turkey.
Wish you would. Yeah, you mean the pastor? Yeah, me. It's just too far. It's too far. You start threatening bodily harm, that's a problem. And please don't come over here because everybody in here is packing over here. Please don't come over here showing out.
Child, not the pastor with the threats going back telling the people that that the congregation is packing.
I'm asking you nicely as I know how.
Over the last...
Now, I had to get that off because see y'all, you start talking about you talking about you gonna do something here when you see her? No, you done went too far now. You done went too far. And I want you to know you didn't go on too far. Because I ain't going to do no whole lot of talking. But I'm going to send a warning out there. Don't you put your hands or try to put your hands on that lady right there.
And this part's like, boy, who said they was going to put their hands on her? I'm sure if anybody said that they was going to put their hands on anybody, I'm sure it probably was you. But the way that you feel justified in sending out your threats, you gonna try to flip it and try to say that they said, why would they say they gonna put their hands on her when they accusing you of being the one that's in violation? Why would you not gonna sit up there on that stand and make me believe that somebody threatened to put their hands on this girl when everybody in town is talking about you? Child, like the video if y'all have not liked the video yet. I have more to go with this story. This probably is going to be, we going to be here for a little bit because there's a lot to get through with this story. So hit the like button if you have not already, because the packing pastor say that they gonna go out, bang, bang, shoot them up if you come try to mess up over there.
And they got this lie out that my father was forcing folk to get married. You a lie. You jumped up in front of the church when he asked who wanted to get married, and you jumped up. You could have said no, like a whole lot of other folk did. So at some point you got to come to yourself and realize the devil using you. And then made a statement talking about, is what a reason to start a school because of lesbian and homosexual. I don't know no better reason to start one. Folk can't even go to school in peace without being approached by somebody. So this man that's getting ready to preach here, he had the people in view trying to protect your child. So yeah, that was a good reason to start a school. Because we don't believe in same-sex marriage. We believe they need to get saved. But we're not going to let you do what you want to do. The Bible said that a man shall not lay with a man like you do with a woman, and a woman ain't got no business laying with another woman like she would with a man. Why ain't y'all stirred up about that? All you good Christians that's in a corner on that subject.
How could anybody sit in his church and take him serious? Like, I would just be sitting there like, boy, if you don't shut up, like, I could not sit through any of this in a serious capacity, listening to him, feeling like I'm really receiving a word. Like, I could not take him serious. Child, he even got up there and called the man gay. I skipped that part. Hold up. He had even called the man gay and everything. Hold on. Let me try to play that part. Let me go back because I'm about tired of him.
And I don't know what kind of Reed blood some of these folk got the last name Reed. There's something wrong with them. I'm trying to figure out when I was sending you all that money every time you asked me. And all the cars I bought for graduation, I paid cash and gave it to your child. The devil is a mess. And the devil get in folks. Just like God used folk, the devil uses people. So if you trying to remove me, you better talk to God, because he the one put me here. And ain't nobody got no power but God. Today,
it was somewhere around here.
You let the devil trick you, and then somebody talking about they agree because they was molested as a child. I didn't molest you. How you think all these kids love me? I am a protector of children. So everybody that's connected, they know the truth. You think we have all these folks sitting up in this church? So all these folks gonna sit up here in the church and know and still stay here, you alive on the pits of hell. So today, we're going to show a video of my father. He's going to preach today. And then we're going next door and we're going to have a celebration for my father. And I don't know what kind of Reed blood some of these folk got the last name Reed. There's something wrong with them.
All right, I don't know what a timestamp is, but he was calling somebody up in here gay and all kind of stuff. I skipped around, so whatever. Anyways, so like I said, there was a pastor in Houston that he was mainly directing a lot of his shots to because he had put out the petition on the change.org. So the pastor, he then held a press conference because he felt like women and people should be protected against this pastor right here, saying that he is abusing his power and grooming girls. So from his press conference, from his allegations, from him talking to ex-church members and things like that, it then prompted this guy right here to file a $1.5 million defamation lawsuit against him. So I'm going to play the press conference, and then we're going to talk about the defamation lawsuit that he has now filed because he says that the pastor, who is stirring up too much mess, causing him to lose too much money, and he don't appreciate it because he's not able to run a smooth sailing pimp school. Church. Okay. And he's not able to collect the the tithes, tithes. He's not able to successfully, run his operation smoothly with the guy making all of that noise. So let me share with you guys the press conference right now. Okay. All right. So this is the press conference that the other pastor did. And this was him calling out the other one that I was just showing you, and basically telling him that he is not scared of him. Thank you guys for the donations in the chat. I appreciate it. Let's get into this press conference.
Good afternoon, I'm Bishop Demetrius Senegal with Safe House Unmuzzled Advocacy Group, not-for-profit advocacy group that serves as a first line of defense for victims of gross clergy abuse within the African American church and against predatory sexual misconduct within the same, while advocating for legislation, reform, government programs to do.
I'm gonna pause it real quick. Nunu Sky and moderators, it's okay if they say curse words in the chat. That's fine. It's just me who has to censor myself on certain things when I'm talking here. But if YouTube don't delete the comment, then they're fine. Just, you guys don't have to keep telling. They're fine to say what they want in the chat. All right.
This part of our focus is to protect and to defend and to restore victims of gross clergy abuse and predatory sexual misconduct. Paulo Freire said that washing one's hands of the conflict between the powerful and the powerless means to side with the powerful, not to be neutral. The recent marriage of the 63-year-old pastor of Christ Apostolic Temple, Dwight Reed, here in Des Moines, Iowa, to teenage, lifelong church member, former student, and upon information and belief, counseling recipient, Jordan Goodlett, has brought shame, embarrassment, and reproach upon the Apostolic Church Global. However, for your concern, it has brought shame and reproach to your community and seems to be a violation of Iowa code. The nation looks on in shock and dismay that such an overt and blatant abuse of a young teenage black girl is being permitted in an American city in 2022. When we begin publicly crying out against Dwight Reed's reprehensible use of his pastoral privilege to, upon information and belief, groom this adolescent for marriage, a myriad of witnesses began coming forward with first-person allegations of gross clergy abuse, predatory sexual misconduct, harassment, threats, acts of physical harm, violence, misappropriation of assets and funds belonging to the nonprofit church organization, and more. My team and I have ourselves been receiving threats of harm and threats on our life from those purporting to be parts of Dwight Reed's camp. Those witnesses that have come forward include one of Dwight Reed's oldest biological daughters, several of his family members, former elders from Christ Apostolic Temple, and countless lay members of the church. 1 Timothy 5:19 says that against an elder, we shouldn't receive an accusation without 2 or 3 witnesses. We, however, have more than 2 or 3 witnesses, a myriad of witnesses that testify against Dwight Reed's abuse of power. According to Scripture, this man is a wolf in sheep's clothing. There is an outcry of these citizens of your community, and their testimony is that this church has the makings of a cult, and that the time they spent there has negatively impacted their lives in indescribable ways. This is clearly a matter of social welfare and the subsequent impact of public health for your community. This is clearly a matter that your community has a responsibility to address. The state of Iowa's Attorney General's office conducted an investigation into clergy abuse primarily impacting the Catholic Church, a predominantly white church in your state whose victims were primarily white. We seek the same investigative concern into Christ Apostolic Temple, where a black teenager is now in what can only be called contracted abuse a marriage to her abuser. A pastor and his members have a fiduciary responsibility in that the pastor is assumed to place the welfare and best interest of the member above all else, especially above his own interest. There is an assumed guarantee of non-exploitation that is woven into the tapestry of the pastor-member relationship. In such a fiduciary relationship, the member justifiably reposes confidence and trust, assuming the pure and well-meaning intentions of the fiduciary. No pastor with the welfare and best interest of his members would encourage a teenager to commit the best years of her youth to a man 43 years her senior. Iowa Title 16, Criminal Law, Subtitle 1, Chapter 709 says and defines a counselor or therapist as a physician, a psychologist, a nurse, a professional counselor, a social worker, marriage or family therapist, alcohol or drug counselor, and member of the clergy, or any other person, whether or not licensed or registered by the state, who provides or purports to provide mental health services. It goes on to define emotionally dependent as the nature of the patient or client's or former patient or former client's emotional condition, or the nature of the treatment provided by the counselor or therapist is such that the counselor or therapist knows or has reason to know that the patient or client or former patient or client is significantly impaired in their ability to withhold consent to sexual conduct as described in subsection 2 by the counselor or the therapist. I won't read the entirety of the statute, but I'll provide it to media that is here for your reading. It does go on to state that any sexual conduct with an emotionally dependent patient or client, or emotionally dependent former patient or client, for the purpose of arousing or satisfying the sexual desires of the counselor or therapist, or the emotionally dependent patient or client, or emotionally dependent former patient or client, list here that at best commits a Class D felony. Upon information and belief, Dwight Reed assumed the pastoral leadership of Christ Apostolic Temple among suspicious circumstances in 2017. Upon information and belief, in addition to assuming the leadership of the church, he also became overseer and dean of all the church's subsidiaries, including the J.W. Reed Christian Academy. Jordan Goodlett, a student there, would have been 14 to 15 years old during this time. It has been reported that he began showing her, quote unquote, special attention, providing counseling to her due to the difficulties she was experiencing from her parents' divorce. It is intellectually unintegral not to consider the marriage within the context of the nature of the pre-existing fiduciary relationship. In light of that, the marriage is in and of itself exploitative and abusive. His pastoral authority made it impossible for a relationship to be symmetrical between him and his now teenage bride. We contend that current avenues of redress do not clearly identify this behavior, and moreover sanitized language which softens the harsh truths about it fail to capture the essence of wrong committed by this pastor. This deliberate breach of trust for self-gain and the calculated way in which consent has been induced makes it impossible for this teenager's consent to be void of the influences of her abuser. Her manufactured consent to a marriage with her abuser makes it no less abusive and no less a violation of your state's laws. Even in situations where a parishioner, in particular a teenager, may appear to initiate inappropriate relationship and does not see oneself as a victim, it is a violation of pastoral ethics and seemingly your state's laws for the church leader to accept such advances. Because of the power imbalances, it is always the responsibility of the caregiver to maintain appropriate and ethical boundaries.
All right. So that is part of a press conference that he held where he said that Miss Jordan, who is his wife, he says that she attended the school. Okay. Now, when it came down to them filing a lawsuit, they filed a lawsuit against him for defamation because they are claiming that he was not a part of the operations of the school, even though they had originally posted him in the school's newsletter as one of the head people in charge. They claimed in their lawsuit or whatever that was an error and that he wasn't supposed to be, I guess, posted on there because he, I guess, wasn't, in charge of, the students or anything like that, even though he said in his sermon that if it wasn't for him, the school wasn't be nothing. If it wasn't for him taking over the school, it wouldn't be nothing. So I'm going to show you guys the post that they posted with the school newsletter. And then I'm going to show you guys, let me see. So right here is their newsletter that they have posted. And as you can see, it says that he is a key part of the school, okay? And they say that their foundation for the school is the father and the mother, and then him as the son. Well, they're claiming that them posting him was an error, okay? And that I guess that part wasn't true. So right here it says, J.W. Reed Christian Academy was founded and lovingly named after the late Bishop Jeremiah Reed, the late Dr. Willie Mae Reed, and their son and dean, okay, of JWRCA. So they listed him as the dean of the school, okay, meaning that he was like, ain't a dean like a principal of the school? So they then say that, once they posted this and they said their son and dean of, their J.W. Reed Christian Academy, he is continuing to carry their vision and grow the school's existence and footprint in the community. So once the lawsuit came out and, they were being called out for this post where it says, like, listen, you guys are saying that he wasn't the dean of the school. This right here, you guys wrote that he was the dean of the school. They're saying that was an error. That was an error. That was a mistake. Okay? And that doesn't really have dealings like that with the school, alleging that he would not have then groomed the girl from the school, making the statements of the other pastor defamatory. Okay? And so they filed a defamation lawsuit. Okay? So I'm going to share with you guys about the defamation lawsuit right now. Thank you guys for the donation. Thank you, Blessed Back Black Girl. I appreciate it. Didi says, we have to protect our children. Many of these men and women are in our churches. Thanks for the show tonight, Neek. Happy 4th of July. Everyone be safe. Thank you, Didi. Thank you, guys. And y'all know, other than super chats, y'all can always donate via Cash App if y'all ever feel like y'all want to be in the giving spirit. I also have a sale going on my website right now. You get 30% off of your purchase of $75 or more if you use the code HEAT. So you put in the code HEAT and you get 30% off of $75 or more purchase on your items. So let me show you guys this. Let me show you guys this lawsuit that they filed where they're claiming that the words of Mr. Senegal is defamatory. Okay? So this is it right here. Child, you see that? They worry about the dollar. You messing up the dollar. You telling people I'm wrong for marrying this 18 and 19-year-old girl, and it is causing a decline in the tithing. They ain't trying to tithe no more. You're messing it up, sir. I want the money, okay? And I need the members. And you are causing a decline in the members and a decline in the tithe, sir. Why would you tell people that I groomed this girl that went to the school that we said that I was the dean of, but I'm saying that that was an error? And I need the people to tithe the church. So anyway, as you've seen in that news clipping, it states that the grandfather was definitely against the marriage. So allegedly, the grandfather of Mr. Reed's wife, the young teenage girl Jordan, he went on Clubhouse and basically said that the father pimped his daughter out. Okay, and as you see also in the news article, they are saying that the father walked her down the aisle. Now, there was mention from another channel that I seen that 3 days before the marriage, the father's business got reinstated. Now, I don't know if his business being reinstated, you know, and back operational and everything like that 3 days prior has anything to do with it, but that's what the streets are saying. They're talking, feeling like, you know, there was some type of situation that made the father in so much agreement of this union. Now, I'm going to play a clip of who is supposed to be the alleged grandfather speaking out on Clubhouse, saying that she was pimped out.
Beautiful girl. She really, really is. And she has 3 gorgeous sisters. But you all need to know that Jordan's father, James Goodlett, sold his daughter out, pimped his daughter out for his own reasons, for his own earthly reasons. And I can tell you what they are, but that's not important. Because when you make the moves and make the decision to...
All right. It's just a quick 30-second clip. I'll play it again. This is what the alleged grandfather had to say.
Beautiful girl. She really, really is. And she has 3 gorgeous sisters. But you all need to know that Jordan's father, James Goodlett, sold his daughter out, pimped his daughter out for his own reasons, for his own earthly reasons. And I can tell you what they are, but that's not important. Because when you make the moves and make the decision to...
All right. So it was just a quick, he just posted a quick snippet, but that is allegedly the grandfather of it all. Now, once I got to going down the rabbit hole of this story, somebody sent me an update of a previous story that I covered. So if you guys remember, I want to say last year, there was a 53-year-old man out of Florida and an 18-year-old girl who had gotten married out there. Now, there has been an update to their situation. The girl is now pregnant and she is a rapper. So if you guys don't remember the story that I previously reported, it was basically on this 53-year-old guy who had been a godfather to this girl when she was young. So he basically used to mess with her mom, Okay, let me pull the picture up on the screen. So he used to mess with her mom, and after years of a couple years later, he then started to date the daughter, and they ended up getting married. So this is Deja and Mike Huckabee. Okay. And I covered them on my channel. They got a lot of backlash because of the age difference. There was people alleging that they had the age, and they then showed paperwork and everything like that. There was baby pictures of a girl that was alleged to be Deja, and people were saying that he had known her since a baby. Now, Deja denied that this baby in this photo was her, but the Facebook page under Mike Huckabee says that this 10-year challenge, we the best, follow us. Okay? So, I don't know if this is a troll account on Facebook, but they have been posting the updates on the couple. Now, she is now a rapper, and she is now 9 months pregnant. If you guys remember, the biggest part of it was, before I show you guys the update of her being pregnant, this is a post that he had posted on September 18th, 2017. So in September 18th, 2017, he had took to his Facebook page, and she was 14 years old at the time. So she was 14 years old at the time, and he had basically asked Facebook if they could help in finding his goddaughter. He said, help, if anybody sees my goddaughter, please contact me or her mother. She's 14 years old, and she needs to be found fast. Time is of the essence. Thank you very much. So under this post, when she was 14 years old, and she was at the time his goddaughter and not his wife, the mother got on the post and thanked him. She said, "Thank you, Mike Huckabee. Love you, babes." And then he replied and he said, "Thanks for everybody's support. My goddaughter has been found safe and sound. Thanks for everybody that shared a page. Thanks for your thoughts and prayers, man. Y'all are the best." Okay? So after he decided that he didn't want to be her godfather anymore, he decided to take on a bigger role, and that was to be her husband. Okay? And like I said, it caused quite the stir online. The mama was up in arms about it. She basically got online and she said that, she used to mess with him, and she was against the marriage, and she was saying how she messed with him to get her T-Mobile cell phone bill paid or something like that. She had said she had messed with him to get her bill paid or something. Hold on, let me give you guys a refresher, but she's cussing quite a bit. But let me give y'all a refresher on the mama, and then I'll give you guys the update.
So, this what it is, right? I'm on live. So, my daughter and Mike Huckabee married each other, right? I don't approve of that stupid ass cartoon ass shit, and that's what I said. I ain't even go to that ass shit. Mike, I fought ass in 2017 in my apartment in the LP. When you was coming over there hard. Anybody who know me know that I stayed over, y'all seen that fat stank ass nigga over there. Okay? For a cell phone, $150. Okay? I was working at Family Dollar and I needed some extra money. So that's what that was about. I told this dumb, and then when she ran away when I stayed over there with my oldest daughter in Jacksonville, Mike was the main one talking about, "This is my goddaughter, y'all help me find her." Da-da-da-da. Y'all remember that shit? Y'all remember when I whooped Deja's ass in that kitchen too? Like the 14-year-old little girl she was. Yeah, y'all remember that shit. So, with that being said, Deja's my last child. Her name really is Deja Neaya Evans. Like Davinia Evans, mine. She just got adopted in 2016, right before I came home. Okay, by Ashley Jackson, white chick. All right, so with that being said, Deja doesn't remember when she was little. She don't remember when she was with me. I lost my kids to DCF. A lot of y'all know I used to snout patties, sold a lot of mother's drugs, whooped a lot of ass, went to jail a lot. I was young and wild as I done apologize, and I'd be goddamn if I apologize in a motherfucker. But you said you married Mike because you need stability. Okay, so your son, your stepson, my little cousin, your little cousin, yeah, he didn't know whether to call you his godmama or his stepmama or his god sister. I say, is she your god sister or your stepmama or your cousin? He said she my god sister and my cousin. No, my stepmama and my cousin. No, he said my stepmama and my god sister.
All right. So that was the rant that the mom had went on when she got wind that Mike Huckabook had married her daughter after they had gotten on together. So the mom had came forward and she was like, you was the main one who was advocating to help me find my daughter. And you were saying that she was your goddaughter when she was 14 years old. I thanked you. This was around the time that she said that they hooked up. And then he turned around and, got with her daughter. Now, fast forward to today, they have now gotten pregnant. Okay? So he has gotten her pregnant. Okay, and this is them now. She is about 9 months pregnant. She says that she is a rapper now. Okay, and she has music that is gonna be coming out and dropping soon. Okay, and this is a photo shoot that they did for the baby, to show that they have a little one coming soon. Okay. They also have a YouTube channel to where they're going to be doing vlogs. And on their YouTube channel, they go on, or they've done like a doctor's appointment so far, and a vlog and things like that. She is basically she in it for the long haul now. She's forever attached now. Let me pull up their Instagram. So this is their Instagram right here. Okay. And this is them. And I guess basically they trying to help artists.
Come on, man. No. Man, them people already see. What the nigga said right there. What and that y'all know what's going on.
I want y'all to go check these songs. So y'all go check them three out on her page. On Instagram is _ the real Chrissy baby with 2 eyes. And she also has a YouTube channel, so go subscribe. It's Chrissy baby, 2 S's and 2 eyes. Yeah.
So we just wanted to put y'all up to date on that, man. We're gonna be doing something at least about 2 times out the week, but we know we got a lot of haters on the page, but we ain't trying to put our energy into that. We just trying to get these dudes heard, and it's gonna be real funny, man. It's gonna get real live, and with this stuff, man. So anybody want to hear their music heard, and come to Fort Pierce or whatever they want to do, or just send the music, we got you. Just contact Shazam, and he will give you the update of what you got to do. No smoke, baby.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Okay. And so this is another video of them
y'all stay tuned, because it's coming, most definitely.
okay. And I don't be understanding these men with these girls that be this age, because when I'm looking at her and her doing her little silly stuff, it just looks like a little kid to me. Like, she just looks like a little kid. So how he could relate mentally to somebody like that, like, I guess you'd mentally have to also be there in that state, because when I'm looking at her, I'm like, this is a little kid. But this is her. She just had her 19th birthday. Okay. So a few days ago, she just turned the big 19. So as you see right there, she said, ooh, child, I'm 19 now. She got 2 more years to 21. She got 20, then she got 21. But, so right here, she was celebrating her 19th birthday. This was June 23rd, okay? And this is her on her 19th birthday, and they're telling her happy birthday, okay? And they even went live.
I'm so ready to eat. Damn, they fill this bitch up all the way. I'm scared to move. My bad, yo. Stupid ass scam likely keep calling my phone. Can you eat seafood while pregnant? Yes, you can eat seafood while you're pregnant. I am ready to pop though. Boy and a girl. I love it. Never. But nasty is what got me here. So, and now that I'm here, I can't do much, baby. So, no nasty 19, because that's what got me here. But we are gonna, eat, enjoy ourselves. I don't want to do much because there's nothing I can really do. So. Where did you get your dress? Oh, I have to tag her in a post. When I post, I'll tag her in it where I got my dress from. She's good. And she has a lot of cute ass clothes. This fuck it. Child, yes it do. And I'm finna fuck it up. Duh, we sharing. It's a platter. It's called a party tray. Idiot. But anyways, fuck y'all. It's my day. I'm finna eat this good ass seafood. And yeah. And we gotta relax and enjoy our time together.
All right. So they also had a gender reveal. The gender reveal is on the Facebook account. And the gender reveal, people was clowning them in the comments because if you guys remember, he basically, when they first start clapping back at people, he basically was saying how they had all this money, and everything like that, and how they was paid. And the people in the comments was roasting the baby gender reveal, because they said, child, it don't look like y'all got no type of money that y'all said y'all got, because this looked like some ghetto mess. Okay. And this Facebook page has more things on it than the Instagram page. And this page, on the Instagram page, they're claiming that the young girl, the young baby, wasn't her. But on this Instagram page, they're basically taunting and laughing about that being her. So it's like, which one is it? Because this page got exclusive stuff. That page got exclusive stuff. This page got original lives on it from when they first went viral. So it's like, I don't know, but I'm gonna show y'all the some of the comments of what people are saying. So this right here is their announcement that they made on Facebook. Okay. And it says, Deja and me got a son on the way. We happy for real. Follow our page, Mike Hucklebuck, the Hucklebooks. Okay? And then, and they chewing him out in the comments. This person right here says, instead of you saying, because where he said was Deja and me. And so this person right here, they said, Deja and I, correction. You're going to be responsible for raising a child. Don't need it to be a dumb one. This person said, your son going to disown you when he find out his mama is his god sister. Okay, and then somebody said, it's the fake Birkin for me, but congratulations. Got the nerve to have them dirty shoes untied like that. Tie them shoes up. I hope they don't let him dress the baby. They saying the baby gonna be slow, just like her. They said you can't even buy her a proper maternity clothes, just sad and desperate. Young girl. Okay. Somebody said, I see a lot of hurt people, but what's the difference when y'all effing on young boys? And I'm like, who said that? Okay, and they telling her the difference is that he was her godfather. They said, you're having your godfather / husband's child. Congratulations, though. Okay. And this person says, sad as F to bring an innocent child into y'all effery. Deja will be cheating on this dude by the time she hits her 30s, trying to be around people her own age. These people is saying that the baby is going to be slow. Why is these people saying this stuff like this on these comments, child? These people is ruthless, but you know, they talking about this photo and they was basically clowning how I guess it was put up or whatever. I don't know. They was clowning it in the comments, saying stuff about it. Somebody said, what kills me is he had her talking about how he's a grown man. She don't want a little boy. But look at the wedding and the baby shower. Just look at it. That's what this person said right here. It's kind of cut off, but then this person said, y'all look like you at a father and daughter dance. Another person says, I thought y'all have money. Somebody said, that's just nasty. Somebody said, she still look broke, so she must really love him. And then somebody said, I hate it, but get the baby a checkup. Okay. And so that's what they were saying for this photo right here of their gender reveal. Okay. And then this is her posing with her belly. And I think this is the purse that they talking about. They said it's the fake Birkin for me. Why she can't? That's not a Birkin. She just gotta, you know. That's what they talking about when they said it's the fake Birkin. People wrong. What the heck? So this is when they was clapping back at people the first time.
The life got going on. And then on top of that, why would I want to be the chasing clout to be called a fucking childmaster? Why would I want to be called a childmaster, bitch, to get some clout? Oh, dumbass. Y'all some fucking nigga.
Y'all stupid as hell. Y'all. Exactly.
If I feel like this motherfucker pervert, what the fuck watching for? I don't want to watch that motherfucker pervert. You know what I'm saying? Y'all them stupid mother. Look at yourself. You can tell y'all mother ain't got no job, nothing going for yourself, sitting at your house with your hair and nappy and shit. Oh, let me get over here and see what they doing. Let me fuck with this nigga.
Exactly, thank you. Who is
That's
that?
all y'all got time for.
Adrian something Bomb. And thank you. I really do have a point, because it's like, if y'all hate somebody so much and y'all got all this negativity about somebody, why are y'all sitting here watching us? Like, why is y'all following us on every social media if y'all really don't like us? If that's the case, why is y'all sitting here like literally going from Facebook to Instagram following us? Ain't nobody forcing y'all to follow us. Ain't nobody forcing y'all to get on that live. Don't give a fuck.
How many people that went to jail for being false?
Okay. All right. So I mean, if you type in Mike Huckabook on Facebook, he will come up. Okay, and all the people who was going in on them and everything like that. And he basically says, you know, this is what got the people mad.
Babe, come on.
What they can see that bitty.
Babe, come on.
What they can see that bitty.
Okay, and then they went live here, but they wasn't really talking about much of nothing. She was talking about how she got a single that's coming out. She's a rapper. So this is a piece of her rap song.
He wanna play, let him stroke him like a fiddle. Drop the top, yeah, you gotta make him jiggle.
All right, that's her rap song. Then they got videos of her in the studio doing her rapping thing. Okay. This is also a song that they dropping.
Ain't nothing these hoes can say that'll make me change. Age ain't nothing but a number. Get these hoes something to remember. Yeah, he beat that thing right, and he eat that thing right. Dropping bags so good it made me quiver.
Okay, that's their song. And then this is them in the studio.
Let me see something.
Like what you got, then.
Man, we love y'all. All y'all haters, we still love y'all, because God say don't hate nobody, man. And I still love y'all, man. So y'all just stay tuned for that next hit. Gonna drop Sunday. And it'll be on YouTube. So y'all go to YouTube and follow us on YouTube now, man. We finna go to YouTube with a lot of stuff. So y'all be tuned, man. We got a lot of no smoke too, man. No smoke.
Okay.
Y'all niggas don't want it. No smoke.
That's what it is,
I
man.
ain't talking about smoke. I don't smoke. I'm talking about the other smoke.
Them things.
Some things smoke.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna make sure we get that right, and then you can do the other.
All right,
one, okay?
so then they gonna show her in the
Here we
booth.
go.
Okay.
Glass, put him on the gas. Make him right, put his foot up in the gas. Lose focus, he can't even see the dash. Put him on the glass, put him on the glass, put him on the glass, put him on the glass.
Nice.
That sounds good.
All right.
Yep.
So I'm gonna text you as soon as we're done here.
So you have all your breath when you do it.
Said what?
You have all your breath. You was running out of breath on the last
Invite
one.
us to the
So
concert.
you have all your breath on it.
Put him on the glass, put him on the glass, put him on the glass, put him on the glass.
If you, yep. So next line, you ready?
Anyways, that's the update on that. I just thought I'd update y'all on that story since I did a video on that a while ago. and bring you guys up to speed. She's now a rapper. She's dropping hits. They have a YouTube channel. She is now 9 months pregnant. She said that she's due very soon, so she should be having her baby very soon. And that's that. If you guys would like to donate to my channel, y'all already know what y'all could do. Also, again, I am having a sale on my website. Okay. And you can go on my website and go to www.neekatnight.com. Okay. And purchase an item there. I have cute purses, unique purses. Wait, I think I sold out of that purse. Never mind. But this purse right here, I do have available and in stock. I have all kind of cute little accessories that you can get on my website. I have cute earrings. I have pajamas. I have bucket hats. This bucket hat right here that I'm wearing is also available on my website. Let me turn the green screen off so you can see the actual hat, because the green screen is kind of it's making it blend in with the background. All right, boom. All right, so this is the actual hat. This is what the actual bucket hat looks like. This is available on my website. You guys can get this hat and a bunch of other goodies. I have adult goodies on my website as well. Y'all know I be rocking my little bucket hats to the end, honey child. I be rocking my bucket hats. Hold up. This is where you can get 30% off if you use the code HEAT. Okay, and you can get all kind of goodies, like I said, including this bucket hat along with other bucket hats. So definitely check out my website, www.neekatnight.com. And I will see you guys on the next video.